Hi, this is Subramaniam Shankaran. Today I'm going to speak to you about what is called as a data sanctity. Data sanctity is the trustworthiness of the data. Now, I always say the security follows the data. When security follows the data, we need to ensure the data is confidential and there is an integrity that is maintained, and confidentiality is also maintained. Okay. Now, the movement of the data would be from the primary site to an offsite location, or from offsite location to the primary site, and from between the primary site and the DR, etc. Now, the question here is when you're moving the data from your primary site to the DR site, okay, or secondary site, and you're getting it back to the primary site, how trustworthy your data is, okay? Because usually, okay, the DR centers should also have the same level of security as the primary center, but not every time, okay? In fact, recently the Uttarakhand government, they had their primary data center Uttarakhand and the DR center in Bangalore, and they have faced a major ransomware attack where 80 websites of them have been down. Okay, 80 sites have been down basically, and not websites. Okay, the 80 sites. Now, now, when they were doing a root cause analysis, they actually found that the problem was not because of the infiltration that happened at the primary site, but the infiltration that happened at the DR site. This is where the data structure. The question is, assuming that you are moving, okay, your data from primary site to DR site for the fallback or testing, and the hackers are actually waiting there for injecting a ransom into your environment, and it gets affected, and you are taking it back to your primary site, then you're actually impacted. This what has happened for the Uttarakhand. So the data sanctity becomes something which is very important. Okay, the movement of the data, okay, is very important, and trustworthiness of the data is also very important. The core principles of security, the confidentiality, integrity, and then availability. Now, there's something called the non-repudiation, accountability, source origin authentication. The source origin authentication is a very important term when we discuss about the trustworthiness of the data and data sanctity, because when you receive the data from the primary site to the secondary site, we trust the data, but when we take it back, when the restoration team is actually working on bring the primary site back, okay, and when the trustworthiness of the data needs to be analyzed and attested before you're going to accept it, okay, and there are a lot of actors in it, okay. The DR center would have been managed by a third party company, okay, and we are not there to blame the third party company, but we cannot brush aside the possibility that, okay, the problem could have been because of them as well. So it is always a must to ensure that wherever your data is, okay, in addition to the confidentiality, integrity, availability, you also ensure non-repudiation, accountability, and source origin authentication. The data that you're actually accepting, ensure that it is from the genuine source, and you treat the data to see if they had been, just don't accept it, okay, because the malwares, the ransomwares can also enter inside. In this particular case, that was the reason for the 80 sites to be down. So ensure that the data that you are actually getting it back, okay, from the DR site, okay, is also genuine, and it is not an infiltration of the malicious traffic. Now, having said that, it need not be only the DR site, okay. Any of the data that you are receiving, even from the suppliers, okay, ensure that you can trust it, okay, and it is devoid of any of the malware. So the movement of the data from inside the organization to the outside the organization, outbound data, need not have the questionable trustworthiness because you are actually sending it. But whenever you are receiving the data, irrespective of the source, the trustworthiness and genuinity of the data needs to be verified before you are going to accept it. Otherwise, you'll face a problem. In this case, it's a ransomware problem. I hope it doesn't repeat, and the lessons learned for the other organization, okay, to ensure that they are not going to accept the data as such without verification and without trusting the data, ensuring that the malicious ransomware does not infiltrate into our network. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to us. Get subscribed to our channel, and join us for the security, cybersecurity, privacy, and business continuity trainings. Cheers and good luck. Bye bye.